how to grow your business with dental, vision, hearing plans. Okay. Over the years, we've sold a lot of dental, vision, hearing internally. We sell for a lot of different companies. There's probably, depending on the time of the year, 3 to 5 different companies that we're selling dental, vision, hearing products for, depending on which ones makes the most sense for the client. And I wanted to start off by kind of reiterating the story about my father. For those of you that haven't heard it.
This is a great story.
Because there's a lot of you out there that I feel like are like this, and I think it's almost like a parable. You know what I mean? Like, the Bible has parables, and like, the man was beaten and left for dead on the road. The merchant came by and saw him and went to the other side of the road and just passed. But the good Samaritan came and took care of him, nursed his wounds, like this kind of parable. So long story short, I started in the business, and like many people in the business, I was second generation. So I came in as a downline agent for my father at 21. My dad had been an agent for 25 years at that point, had a book of business, had, an office, had a part-time employee kind of thing. So a nice little agency. And I remember when he was training me, one thing he would say is there's no good dental, vision, hearing plans. There's no good dental insurance plans. And he believed it. Like, it was like he was passionate about it, like they're garbage. And so I would hear from time to time, I'd notice, over the years, that he would have clients call in wanting information on dental, vision, and hearing insurance. And I'd hear him on the phone, and he would spend more time trying to talk them out of buying a standalone policy than it would take to just sell the policy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the client would turn around and go to the carrier to go direct to a carrier and buy it anyway.
Yep.
So when we bought his book of business, probably about 3 years ago now, one thing I noticed was how many of those clients had dental, vision, hearing policies that did not have them through us. Of course, there was very few, if any, on the books. And, I was like, man, look at all these dental plans that could have been sold over the years.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of you out there that are like that like, you don't think they're any good for whatever reason.
Yep.
And so you like, it's almost like a holier than thou attitude. You're going to talk your client out of it, but they want it. Then they go buy it somewhere else without you. And then you're giving that agent the ability to have a foot in the door and steal your main product later. It's selling the policy is not only brings in extra revenue, but it protects your business, protects your client. Like, there's so many things about this, and there's so many different directions we could go, but I just wanted to start off with that story because there are a lot of agents out there that are like that.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I don't sell dental policies to my clients because they are not good plans. and like, you know what I mean? Like, my attitude on that and on if they're good or not has
I'm
always
going
been...
to clip that and run that as an ad. I'm going to get that clip. I'm going to clip it. Like, don't be like this, agent.
I don't sell dental policies to seniors. They don't want them.
They're British.
And they don't pay me any commission either.
There's no commission in the dental policy. I'm sorry. I don't know why they're British.
No, that's a great move. I love that. That's fantastic.
My attitude towards it is like any insurance, it's based on how much the client uses it. Do you look at your car insurance as a waste of money if you don't get in an accident? Technically speaking, by the same rules, it probably is, right? Because you're not filing a claim. You're paying out more than it's paying you. Health insurance, the same thing. I feel like it's a good product that, like anything, is there to protect you from massive out-of-pocket on the dental side when it comes up. And I think if a client is actively trying to use it, like they can use it for glasses, they can use it for hearing aids, dental, vision, hearing products, like it can pay for itself if they're actively looking for opportunities. Yeah, like everybody gets their teeth cleaned every 6 months. Like, it doesn't take much, right, for it to pay for itself.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say here. And there's also some great comments. I appreciate some of you saying I used to think they were garbage too. I love that
I'm not talking about anyone in particular, by the way. Like if there isn't, I haven't looked at any comments. If there are any comments on the stream,
no one's attacking you yet.
I promise I'm not talking specifically about you or anything. I'm just trying to be funny. I'm trying to be attempting.
Trying to be funny is the key word here. We still haven't decided on a name for our audience yet, listeners. I know we had talked once calling them millionaires, future millionaires. I don't feel like that really ever stuck or want to stick. I was thinking of shortening 7 figures to Figgies. We got some Figgies in the audience. I don't know if you have any.
The Figs?
The Figs. We've got the Figs watching figs. Live right now, listening to the
Figs.
Got some live Figgies. So a couple things. So one, Freebie Friday is tomorrow. We're going to give away an enormous amount of dental vision hearing aids. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss this. All you have to do is comment on either this stream today or one of the streams from this week. This is our 4th episode of the week. So 4 opportunities to win. I'd like to have at least 10 winners. So there's going to be a huge opportunity to win on Freebie Friday, which will be announced tomorrow. Late Friday, or sometimes we announce that like Saturday morning, but it will be announced. We haven't missed a single week yet this year. So super excited about that. Cappy, appreciate you. She says, if a person wants dental, you sell them dental, which is essentially what Christian was just saying. Absolutely 100% agree with that. I've been on both sides of this. I've told this story on the pod before. My dental was accidental death. I used to refuse to sell it. If someone wanted it, I wouldn't write it. I'd either force them into a level product or I'd say, go talk to someone else if they really wanted just that. Because I just didn't believe in the product. I didn't believe in it. But then I got to a point, Mutual of Omaha actually had a great accidental death. They probably still do. It was super cheap. And anytime someone was like, yeah, I really just want accidental. I don't want to pay for actual blah, blah. And I'd give them my spiel like, hey, it needs to be a car accident or you have to slip and fall off the roof if you really want this claim to pay. So it's not like level coverage where when you die, that payment is coming through to your family. I'd make sure to explain that, but a lot of times people just get it in their heads. They want this. And so you just write it because again, just like I mentioned earlier, you want someone on the books because now you can contact them. You have a reason to call them. You have a reason to follow up. You have a reason to send them a letter. You have a reason to send them an email. And hey, Mrs. Jones, we have XYZ policy, with us. I just want to let you know, I'd love to schedule a review with you to see if this is still the right policy. There's so much opportunity once someone's on the books. I remember one of those accidental death policies. It was like a $15 a month policy. It essentially generated no revenue for me. But who cares? That's not what it was about at that point in the game. Once I really understood what the goal was, it's a policy. It's a policy. It's a client. It's someone that I can now reach out to who's bought something from me, who has a much higher propensity to buy something again from me because they already bought something, even if it was just $15 a month. So that being said, I think the dental, vision, hearing, the spectrum of these policies, one is, I think it's the chance of a senior having a gap in one of these 3 is through the roof statistically. I could make up numbers like I've been doing all episode today. I'm not going to, but it could easily be 70% of, so we'll throw a number out. I would say easily 70% of seniors could have a hole. Let's say 2 out of 3 seniors could have a hole where they need help with either their hearing aids, they need to go get their hearing checked, or some sort of vision related issue. They need to go to the eye doctor or dental. It is such a nice, wide coverage of opportunity when you're having these conversations with a senior. So also the premium, here's the other thing, is if you sell dental, vision, hearing versus just a dental policy, a lot of times the premium's higher. So you'll end up making more money on it. So better coverage for the senior, higher commission for you as the agent, and an incredible way to segue into other products like obviously Medicare later down the road.
Yeah. I think there's so many things here in terms of the value for the agent.
Do you want to get into specific DVH plans or carriers? If someone was like,
I don't want to say carriers. I don't want to get I don't want to get in trouble or anyone mad at me. But we can talk in generalities. We can talk in generalities. I think for me, guys, the some of the things, like, not only, right, do you protect your business, right? You're keeping another agent from selling a dental plan and using that as a foot in the door, because there's a lot of smart people out there that are doing that.
Right.
Myself included. I mean, I'm not selling anymore, but, like, our company, that's a philosophy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so, it protects your business in that way. Like I said, you are increasing your retention. We've talked about this a lot, right? Like, the more policies you have in the house and the more policy you have on the client, the less likely you're going to lose the client. Remember the story, for those of you that watch the show religiously, of the lady at the bank I talked to, and she was talking about how much she hated her P&C agent. Hated word she used, and like, I could hear it in her voice. She's like, "I hate him," and I was like, "Whoa!" But she had 5 policies with the guy, and she's like, "It's too much of a pain to change, but I hate him." And I was like, "That's what I need right there."
I want my clients to hate me, but stay with me.
Even if you hate me, you don't leave. Like, that's the power of bundling right there.
That's right.
In a nutshell.